Hello, and welcome to Crossover, the trivia game show about all things nerdy, but specifically today we are talking about Magic the Gathering. We are joined by these three lovely contestants. Our first contestant is DONI.
Hey everybody, I'm DONI with the Filthy MTG Casuals. Basically, we're just a pair of EDH fans who like to hang out with some of the coolest people in the community and sling spells. You can find us Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're all over the place.
All right. Our second contestant is Zach.
Yep, so I'm Zach. I run the Dungeon Learner's Guide. You can find me on Twitter, and YouTube is going to be the main one where I do a lot of Commander deck techs and gameplay, where we build around a random card on a $100 budget limit. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and check us out.
Sweet. And then we're also joined by Andrew from the StrataGames YouTube channel, which is this one right here. Andrew, go ahead and...
Yeah, hey, Jason, long time no see.
Yeah, what's up, man?
So I'm Andrew. At StrataGames, we do a lot of stuff. We're mostly on YouTube, but also Twitter, TikTok, whatever. And I personally do a lot of custom Magic content, streaming on Discord on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern.
On Twitch.
I always mix up Discord and Twitch in my head. That's you can edit that to be correct, right?
Yeah, you said the right thing. It's fine. Well, what do nerds love more than playing games? Playing mini-games. A game of Crossover consists of several mini-games of trivia, each with their own sets of rules. Now, I'll go over all the rules before playing each mini-game. Without any more ado, we will get right into it. Our first mini-game is called Trait Doctored. I am going to show you a magic card, and that card has been altered in some way. Maybe something's been added, maybe something's been removed. It is your job to buzz in and tell me what is wrong with the card. Any questions before we get started?
No. Nah, I can't think of anything.
All right, here is your first card. What is wrong with this? Zach, you've buzzed in.
It doesn't specify that you can pay to remove the counters on it.
That is correct. Dark Depths, while not the traditional way to remove the counters from it, does have a way to remove counters inherently. And get ready for your second card. Andrew buzzed in.
I believe Colony Hydra is supposed to have 8 green mana symbols.
That is correct. Colony Hydra, 8/8, 8 heads, 8 green mana. Go ahead and get ready for your third card. They're going to be getting a little bit harder here. What is wrong with this?
No idea.
I don't think anything's wrong with this.
I just pulled exactly the card from scratch.
It's the exact card.
Donnie.
Is Vendilion Click spelled wrong?
It is not spelled wrong. That is, in fact, how it is spelled.
All right.
Is it the wrong power and toughness?
No. Vendilion Click is a 3/1.
I don't really play this card, so I don't know. But I'm going to guess that you can choose a land card.
You cannot choose a land card.
Okay.
Zach buzzed again.
It's legendary.
Vendilion Click is legendary.
Oh.
There it is. Okay.
This can be your commander if you want it to be. Very good job. And we are moving on to the fourth card. Andrew, you buzzed.
Yeah, I don't think putting a charge counter on Aether Vial is optional.
It actually is optional. You can definitely forget to put a counter on there. Zach.
I think it's actually an uncommon, not a rare.
Aether Vial is an uncommon when it was first printed.
Nice.
A good enough card to be upshifted every time it's reprinted, but was originally an uncommon. All right, moving on to the fifth card here. Wormcoil Engine. What's wrong with this?
I should know this, and I've drawn a complete and total blank.
These are hard, man.
I like to ramp it up pretty quickly, Started with some easier ones. Andrew, you have a guess?
I have a guess. Is it supposed to be Lifelink, then Death Touch?
That would be hilarious, but that is not correct.
Okay.
I'm not quite that tricky.
Yes, you are.
Until the next card, you'll be upset about that one.
I have played this game with you before. You are very tricky.
Any other guesses for Wormcoil Engine?
I got nothing.
Oh, I got one, I guess. Is it not actually a worm?
It is a worm.
Okay.
That is not what's changed. No, it might be a construct or a golem or something.
Yeah.
Wormcoil Engine, like every card in Scars of Mirrodin, had a watermark.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That That was good.
All right, we're going on to our sixth and final card for this minigame, and we're going all the way back to Alpha. What is wrong with this Birds of Paradise? Donnie.
Yeah, there's no dash. There's no hashes there in flying tap to add 1 mana to your mana pool.
There actually are the slash marks there.
That was my first instinct, but I was like, there's no way Jason's just giving it to us that easy.
That was not altered in this image, no.
Really?
They did some weird things back then.
Oh yeah, no, that's not one I'm most familiar with.
Zach.
I get the feeling that it wouldn't be summon mana birds. It would be like summon creature, and then it would specify that it's a bird.
It actually was summon mana birds.
I was gonna say, yeah, I know that part.
That part was correct, yeah. Andrew, you buzzed in.
Yeah, okay. If you look near the lower left in the green frame, there's a little discoloration there. Is that actually part of the card?
That is part of the card.
Okay.
I'm not just taking this into paint, throwing a scribble on it.
I don't know what you're doing.
I mean, this one is pretty tricky, I will admit.
Are
Donnie, another guess?
there too many birds in the image?
No, there are that many birds. Looks like 5 if you go really, really small here. Zach.
Is it the artists at the bottom, like illustrated Mark Poole? Is that like the wrong size or font or something?
No, that is all correct. That's true.
Okay.
All right, I think I will call this one here. The thing missing is that back in Alpha, you needed to specify that a tap ability may be played as an interrupt. Mana abilities did not inherently have that. But of course, now we take that for granted. So I was pretty tricky, not quite as tricky as Andrew was thinking. Well, that leaves us with 3 points for Zach after first game, 1 point for Andrew, none for Donnie yet. But we are going to be moving right on to our second minigame. This one is abbreviations. I'm going to show you the abbreviation of something in Magic. Maybe the name of a Magic card, but maybe something else. And you simply need to buzz in and tell me what that abbreviation means. So here is your first abbreviation, BBE. That was Zach first.
Bloodbraid Elf.
That is correct. Bloodbraid Elf. All right, here's our second abbreviation right here, ECD.
Feel like I know it.
I feel like I don't.
No clue.
Since everyone seems to be struggling with it, it's not as evergreen as many, but it's from a recent standard, the last couple years. That was a pretty popular haymaker. Zach, you buzzed in.
Elspeth Conquers Death.
That is correct.
Oh wow. Okay.
Moving on to our next abbreviation, we have LED. Andrew, just a hair before Donnie.
Lion's Eye Diamond.
That is correct.
I got one.
Was hoping Donnie'd get on the board there, but still hope. All right, here is your next abbreviation, RDW. Andrew was first there.
Red deck wins.
Red deck always wins. That's correct.
Not in my perfect world.
As long as blue exists, that's not true.
Next abbreviation here is DRS. That is Andrew again.
Deathrite Shaman.
Deathrite Shaman is correct. All right, on to the next. ABUR. Andrew.
That's Alpha Beta Unlimited Revised.
That is correct. Knocking it out of the park on this category, Andrew.
Thank you.
We have one left in this game, and that is AppNap. Andrew again.
Active player, non-active player.
That is correct. This is, of course, how players gain priority. Active player, then non-active players. Andrew, you are now at 6 points. Zach at 5. Donnie still waiting for his category.
It's okay, Donnie. You got this next one. I believe in you.
Yeah, you'll get there.
There's a good amount of game to play left. So our third mini game is called Top Decking. I'm going to provide a category, and you need to name a card that fits that category. So you'll take turns giving answers in this one as opposed to buzzing in. Because Donnie has the fewest points, we're going to start with him. You have to provide an answer that, of course, fits the category, but also that no one else has said, and you need to be able to give an answer. So if you can't do any of those things, you will be out of the round, and we will keep going until only one player has been successfully able to name a card. At that point, whoever named the most cards will gain 3 points. The second player to name the most cards will gain 2 points, and the last player will gain 1 point. So you want to be the last one standing. So our category is going to be 0-cost artifacts. So before we get started, I want to note that this is specifically cards that are artifacts that have a cost of 0. So this isn't going to count anything that has no mana cost, for example, or that has a mana cost of X. So the cost has to be exactly 0 as opposed to like a mana value or converted mana cost of 0. Donnie, you can start us off with 0-cost artifact.
We're just going to go with Mox Pearl.
Mox Pearl. Next, we're going to go with Zach.
I guess Mox Diamond.
Andrew.
Mox Jet.
Perfect. Donnie.
Mox Emerald.
Mox Ruby.
Black Lotus.
Gold Lotus.
Ornithopter.
Memnite.
LED.
Mox Amber.
Dark Steel Relic.
Mox Opal.
Chrome Mox.
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw is correct. Donnie.
Lotus Petal.
I have no idea.
All right. Zach is going to take third place for this game. Andrew, can you name another 0-cost artifact?
I think Paradise Mantle is one.
Paradise Mantle is, in fact, a 0-cost artifact. Donnie?
Mana Crypt.
All right, I'm going to bow out. I got nothing else in the tank.
All right. This round is going to go to Donnie getting 3 points, Andrew getting 2, and Zach getting 1. Here are all of the potential answers. On to the next game. We have Deja Vu.
And on to the next game, we have Deja Vu.
Very good, thank you. I am going to give you the name of a card that is also the name of a Magic set. You need to tell me what Magic set that card is from.
Beautiful.
Does that all make sense?
Sure.
I think so.
Everybody ready? We're going to start with Cold Snap. What set is this card in? Donnie.
Cold Snap.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, I know.
Andrew, you have a guess?
I'm going to guess Ice Age.
Ice Age is correct. So that'll be 1 point for Andrew. On to the second one here. We have Mirrodin Besieged. Zach.
I think that was Modern Horizons.
Modern Horizons is correct. Next card we have is Onslaught. What set did this come up in?
I know what block, but I don't know what set.
Andrew.
Invasion.
Invasion is incorrect. Zach.
Odyssey.
Odyssey is incorrect. Donnie, you have a guess?
I'm gonna guess Torment.
Torment was incorrect. Onslaught is in fact from Exodus.
Exodus.
That was my fourth guess.
You would have gotten there eventually, yeah.
Eventually.
All right. Next card is Conflux. Andrew.
I think this is one where it is actually Conflux. So I'm gonna go with that.
That is correct. Conflux is in fact from Conflux. Wanted to make you doubt yourself a little bit though, so I think I succeeded.
I was thinking maybe it's Alara Reborn, but I seemed to remember the set symbol on the card.
On to the next, we have Morningtide.
I didn't even know that was a card name.
I didn't either.
Well, maybe you'll be lucky. Donnie.
We're just gonna get it out of the way and say Lorwyn.
It was not Lorwyn. Andrew, you have a guess?
I'll go Alpha.
Not Alpha. Zach.
I'm going to throw out a random one. We're going to say Mercadian Masks.
Ooh.
I like it, but not enough. It is not not Mercadian Masks. This was in fact Torment.
Damn it!
I was hoping you'd go back to it for that one. Be able to give you that point, but all right. On to Conspiracy. What set was this card from? Donnie.
Was it Tempest?
It was not Tempest. Damn it. Zach.
That was going to be my guess.
I literally just looked at this card the other day.
Legions.
It is not Legions.
I know it's not.
Andrew, you have a guess?
I'm going to go back to Onslaught.
It is not Onslaught. That would be pretty funny. This is, in fact, from Mercadian Masks.
That's a card I actually know for once, but I did not remember what set it was from.
It's a bit of a hard one. All right, on to our last card for this minigame. This is Weatherlight. Donnie.
Dominaria United.
This was not Dominaria United. Zach.
Is it just Dominaria?
It was Dominaria.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Couple years older. That's going to conclude that game. We're on to our fifth mini game here, and this one is called Odd One Out. I'm going to show you several characters, a whole list of characters, and you need to identify which of these characters does not belong and why. You have to give me both the character and the reason why they don't fit. So if everyone's ready, here is your first set of characters. Zach.
Vraska's the only one who's not a member of the Gatewatch.
That is correct. Vraska, though allied somewhat with the Gatewatch, never gave an oath.
Started playing right around Oath of the Gatewatch, so that's like the one thing I'm confident in.
I don't know if I have any other Gatewatch questions for you, but you got that one.
That's all right. I got the one. I'll take it.
All right, here is your next set of characters, getting a little harder here. Andrew.
Kasmina's the only one who's never been red.
That is not correct. I don't believe Garruk ever had a red Planeswalker.
I know. That's what I was going to go with when I buzzed in, and then I realized there was a second.
Zach, you have a guess?
See, mine's all Kasmina, because she's the only one who's never been on a double-sided Planeswalker card.
That is correct. Very good. Everyone else has had a DFC in their time.
Do I get half a point for that?
Because you guessed Kasmina?
I guess the right character.
I think I made it pretty clear what you needed to do.
And I have to.
Yeah. All right. On to our next set of characters. Which of these characters doesn't fit? Andrew.
Okay, this time, Domri's the only one who has not been blue.
That is true, but it's not quite what I'm looking for.
You monster.
You're correct, but I just want something a little spicier. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Zach, you have a guess?
I was also going to say Domri because he's not blue.
I mean, it's accurate. I just wanted to get a little more interesting here.
Oh, I got it.
Andrew.
If I can guess again before everyone else is gone.
If Donnie has a guess, I'll let him go first.
My only guess would be Venser's the only one that's not multicolored?
That is not what I'm going for. Venser has been multicolored, but in this card, he was this art of the card, he's not. That's not what I'm going for here.
All right, that's all I have.
Okay, Andrew, go ahead and give your guess.
Okay, I believe it's Venser who's the only one who has not worked for Nicol Bolas.
That is correct. All of these other ones have allied themselves with Nicol Bolas in some way. Venser, rest in peace.
Although I'm not sure, because I didn't read the book, but he might have worked for the Infinite Consortium, which Bolas secretly was in charge of.
Don't ruin my game here. I mean,
so never worked for Nicol Bolas directly.
I'll have to go look that up later.
I mean, I didn't see anything about it on the wiki, but I didn't read every book that existed in preparation. So you tell me if I'm wrong.
I do think Magic players try to pretend that book didn't exist, but again, I haven't read it, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, you got it right there, so we're good. Moving on to our next set of characters. Who doesn't fit here? Zach.
Garruk is the only one who's only ever had a Planeswalker card and not a legendary creature card.
That is true.
But it's not what we're looking for.
It's not what I'm looking for, but that one's interesting enough. I might, you know what? I'll give you a point for that. You know, that's true. There's something else I'm looking for here too, though. So if somebody else can get it, Donnie, you buzz in.
Corvold's the only one that's 3 colors.
True, but not what I'm going for. I'm sorry. There's so many things. I'm trying to make it a little more interesting than color, though I did realize that was going to probably come up a lot. Andrew, did you have a guess here?
Yeah, Corvold's the only one who's had a single card. Everyone else has had at least 3.
That is also true. It's not what I'm going for, though. I will call it on this. Zach, I did give you a point because yours was the most interesting of the lot here, I think. But what I was looking for was that Niv Mizzet is the only one of these characters who has not been cursed. Jeska was cursed and turned into phage. Garruk was, of course, cursed by the Chain Veil. Corvold, as far as we know, based on his flavor text, was probably a human turned into a dragon. And then Obnixilis used to be a human, but was turned into a demon, also by the Chain Veil. Niv Mizzet, while I'm sure lots of people don't like him, has never been cursed.
So lots of people have cursed him, but not in a magical sense.
But he has not been cursed.
Correct. I mean, I'm sure they've dropped the F-bomb at him, but or the equivalent on Ravnica. We have one last set of characters here. So go ahead and tell me which of these characters doesn't fit. Andrew, quick on the buzzer.
Yeah, well, I started during Rise of the Eldrazi, so I was super into the lore, and Freyalise is the only one who wasn't one of the original 3 that locked up the Eldrazi on Zendikar.
That is correct. Freyalise had no part in the Eldrazi, while the others all came together to bind them in the Eye of Ugi. That's going to be a point for you, Andrew. And believe it or not, we are almost at the end of the game. Our last game is called Theme Up. And this is one of my personal favorites. So I'm going to show 4 images, in this case 4 cards, one at a time. And all of these images are related in some way. They have a common theme that you are trying to guess. So the first person to buzz in and identify the theme is going to get 2 points for this game. It's going to be worth a little bit more. And everyone has 2 guesses maximum for this game. So I'm going to show cards one at a time and then give everyone a chance to buzz in. If nobody buzzes in or the answer is not correct, we're going to go on to the next one. But you only have 2 guesses total, so you can't just spam for every card that you see. All right. So here is your first card. Of course, kind of hard to draw what a theme may be from a single card. So if no players buzz in here, we can certainly move right on to the second card. If anyone wants to feel a little chaotic and just go for it, you know.
Sure, why not?
Andrew.
I'm going to guess that all 4 of these characters have planar chaos alternate versions of themselves.
That is an excellent guess, but that is incorrect.
Okay. I really got to save my last guess.
I do like what you're going for, though. All right. We have any other guesses before we move on to the second card here?
I don't think so.
All right. Myriad Cat Warrior joined by Orcish Oriflamme. And if we have no guesses, we can certainly move on to the third card. Anybody feeling like they know what's going on?
Sure, why not?
All right, that's going to be your last guess, Andrew.
All of these cards were originally printed with an error.
That is correct. These are both misprinted cards. There was an error in the printing. Andrew, the other 2 that we haven't shown yet are also that way. Can you identify the errors with these, Andrew? Just out of curiosity.
I didn't know that Miri was. I just knew that Orcish Oriflamme was originally printed, I think it cost 4 maybe, or didn't have a mana cost at all.
Orcish Oriflamme was supposed to cost 3 in a red.
Okay. It was supposed to. Okay, got it.
It does cost 3 in a red, but then this card was printed showing 1 in a red.
Got it.
Myriad Cat Warrior is a 2/3, not a 2/2.
I did not know that.
The next card, so I'll show them so that everyone can see. The next card would have been Walking Atlas, which is a little bit more of a popular one. It is, in fact, an artifact creature, as it looks like it should be, but the artifact subtype was omitted. And then the last one was Corpse Knight, which was very infamously printed as a 2/3 and a 2/2. He came in up in boosters both ways. And then here are the versions. Well, the 3 versions that they should be, except Walking Atlas has never had a correct version, strangely enough.
I guess it was never found worthy of reprinting.
That's probably the case. It's a decent card. I feel like it could show up in some Commander product, you know?
No, absolutely.
All right. Well, that is going to conclude our game. The final score at the end is Donnie with 3 points, Zach with 11 points, and Andrew with 14 points. So Andrew is going to be our winner for this game of crossover. But Zach, pretty close behind. You know, give a good showing for sure. And Donnie, you know,
Hey,
Maybe your categories are in the next game. I don't know.
hey, Donnie will
Oh,
always have
no.
0 cost artifacts.
That's
That is
right.
true.
I will always have 0 cost artifacts.
Nailed it. Absolutely knocked it out of the park with 0 cost artifacts. I'll give you more of those next time, I guess. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And we'll catch you next time on Crossover.